you want to tell me where the butt is?
In the trunk.
Oh, it's a lot of wax.
Would you like to talk about anything we found in there?
No, there's an explanation for everything that's in there.
In policing, sometimes we're unfortunately placed in a situation where we have to place one of our own behind bars. And if that charge is narcotics related, it looks really bad. And if that person is the sheriff of a neighboring department, it looks even worse. This is one of those.
I'm an Infinity Sports, a black Charger 7990 Chevy. 7990 Chevy. Hello, sir.
What's up, boys?
Hey, I'm Trooper Price, State Police. Where's on stop? You coming up flashing lights there? You were speeding just a little bit.
My flashing lights?
There used to be flashing lights. It's the 71 and 282.
How fast are you going?
You're going 50 and 45. Not that big of a deal.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not bad. Do you have your license on you?
5 miles an hour over the speed limit under the circumstances, it makes you think that might be a pretextual stop. That's the Wren case. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in U.S. versus Wren. The police are allowed to conduct a stop if they have a violation, even if they want to look inside your car for another reason. People argue this all the time. You can look it up for yourself. It's WHREM, and it's Wren. It's a Supreme Court case, and it's clearly ruled that police can stop. And if you get to 5 miles an hour over, sometimes you think that it's pretextual.
Get your registration and insurance. Is this your car?
Well, it's the counties.
The counties?
Yeah.
What? You work for a county department?
Yeah, Johnson County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, okay.
Glasses.
How long you been with them?
I've got my gun on my side too, okay?
Okay.
Yep, service rep. I've been the sheriff for the last 4 years.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys, you're gonna have to bear with me.
So this is interesting. This guy says he's the sheriff, top dog, top highest ranked person in his jurisdiction for the last 4 years. So these interactions can become interesting because this is a high ranking person who's driving the vehicle, and then you have it looks like a line trooper conducting the stop. So these are interesting interactions, and they can be delicate how you handle them, because a state trooper can end up working with this guy's jurisdiction at some point. State troopers have jurisdiction throughout the whole state.
What are you doing up here in Crawford County?
Well, I went to visit a CI.
Visit who?
A CI just north of town. Delivered some bags of goodies up there.
What did you deliver to him?
Well, his wife. Let me pop the truck and I'll show you. Hang on. There's some goods at the co-op deal we did.
Yeah.
Where it's giving out to needy families and stuff like that. I'll show you what they are.
Hey, if you don't...
They're a good deal.
Hey, since you're hopping out, just throw your service weapon over the passenger seat and come back here. There you go. So you said you met a CI?
Yeah.
What, like a...
Confidential informant.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what were you taking him?
These right here, brother. These are things that we put together. Little care packages for homeless, or not, well, people in need.
Oh, really?
Things like that, yeah.
So why is your CI in Crawford County?
Well, got them in Crawford County. I've got CIs, and I got one in Sebastian County.Got Franklin, Pope, Johnson.
They just drive to Johnson to work, or what?
No. Just people that we get information from.
Oh, okay.
People have known a long time that
It's kind of weird.
get information.
Well, it's kind of different. Most, I mean, I've worked narcotics a lot, you know. But
Yeah.
I hear of people having CI and stuff, but I've never heard of them like a sheriff or a sheriff's department outside the county that works outside of Johnson County. You know what I mean?
The trooper said, oh, you got your service weapon on you. And again, this is a delicate situation because this is supposedly a sheriff from a department that may not be far from here. I don't know where that's located, but he tells him take it and just toss it onto the seat. There are other ways of doing that. My concern is if you don't want him to have the firearm, having him draw it out himself could potentially be a challenge. The other thing is CIs, confidential informants. TV and movies have people confused about that. They think that police can just go out and get a person to tell them information and that person's instantly a confidential informant. No, confidential informant management is not only a class that officers take, but it's also part of accreditation in departments how that is handled. Confidential informant is very regimented and policy based.
You do it as sheriff?
Of course.
Hands on.
Hands on, brother. That's the only way to go.
Yeah.
Hard charging.
Yeah.
You bet.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you just up here fixing to head back to Johnson
I'm
County?
gonna pull in here, buy a knife, and then head back home. Yep.
Yeah.
Got a parade at 5 and head back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is one of my new guys, so just talk with him for just a second.
Hey,
We'll get you out here in a second. Okay, you don't have no more guns like that on you?
Nope.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, buddy.
Interestingly, he says he wants to go back inside the car. It looked like the trooper told him to stay right here. I think he wants to get him out of the car. It would likely be a concern of mine, considering that there seems to be something more going on. Going 5 miles an hour over and asking all those questions about this confidential informant thing, there's something else going on. Why does he want to go inside the vehicle? We're going to see, but it's concerning.
He's up here seeing a CI out of Johnson County. Taking him a thank you bag. Never mind. Y'all are here.
Fine in the day.
The FBI?
Okay.
Okay. Any other ones on you at all?
Nope. In the car.
No backup anywhere?
Nope.
Okay, so you heard it. This guy said he's with the FBI. First thing, he wants to grab that phone away from him, and that's what that sheriff wanted to do, was go inside and get the phone. We don't want the people texting because obviously the FBI has a reason they want to talk to this guy. That's why this stop, this pretextual stop, makes so much sense now. This actually happens quite often where if you're in a uniform capacity in patrol, you get asked to conduct car stops, pretextual stops on people for the feds or for some UC unit to assist them in their investigation. Very common.
Hey, Sheriff, let me ask you this. You don't have nothing illegal in your car, do you? Nothing you're not supposed to have? No drugs?
There could be, yeah, there could be drugs in there.
There is?
Yep.
What kind of drugs?
There's some, my CI just gave me some things.
What's
just in
things?
passing, there's some little,
I don't know what things are.
there's some butter and, like a buttermilk and 2 little buds that through the course going on, carrying on, talking to them.
Hey, go ahead and put your hands behind your back real quick, okay? This whole deal's odd to me, and so as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and detain you, okay? I'm not saying you're under arrest right now, but as of right now, we're just going to detain you until we figure out what's going on, okay? Because I've never heard of a sheriff not saying that what you're doing is wrong, but I can tell you this. I've been working narcotics for 7 years, okay? And I've never heard of a sheriff himself coming out. I'm not saying it don't happen, because it does happen, but not very often that comes out and works narcotics on his own and stuff like that, okay? So, and now that you said you've got some narcotics in your car, we're gonna search your car, okay? So, is this your personal car, or is this your...
No, this is a county-owned vehicle.
Okay. Does the court and all them, they allow you to take this out for personal use? And
Well, I wouldn't quite call it personal use.
let me ask you this, just, do you think, if you were in my position, would you think this is odd?
Trooper, based on
I'm talking outside of them being here. Look at me. Oh, you're talking to me.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I'm asking you.
I'm going to go ahead and just invoke my rights, and I'm going to speak to attorney and see I'm under arrest. And you guys,
Okay.
I'll be respectful and do whatever you need to do.
I understand.
It sounds like he invoked his rights and said he wants an attorney, I believe, or he didn't want to talk. It's interesting to see how this will play out because his admissions will matter as this case goes forward, very much so. And attorneys, thank you so much for taking the time to a lot of times comment in the comment section. Sometimes what you say is very, very, very helpful, and I appreciate that. Under the circumstances, this sheriff says that he doesn't want to talk, he wants an attorney. How does that play out going forward?
Hey, let's get gloves. I don't think I got rubber gloves. You got any rubber gloves?
Let's see how heavy they are. I'll do what you want to do. Let's go in the back. Look at that left door right there.
Okay.
Right there is what was described as some opioid type pills.
And these?
No, those are just replicas. I don't know what they are. I've got to check them. See if they are.
In this door?
Yeah, that's right there. Yeah, it's in the doorway there.
There ain't nothing in this pocket. Okay, yeah, I got them. Yeah.
Turn him around. Have him face the dash cam. There's no upside to having him watch your search. Never show them your hand. Have as much information that you hold close to your chest as you possibly can. Best practice, have the person face towards the dash cam, away from what you're doing at the vehicle.
Hey, since you told me where those are, you want to just tell me where the bud is?
Huh?
Since you told me where those are, you want to tell me where the butt is?
They're in the trunk.
Okay.
Put them in a, they're in a plastic bag.
Okay.
A trash bag.
Okay. Whew, I smell it now. Whew. Damn it, son. Huh?
Those are the two items I was referring to.
Yeah. That's a lot of wax.
There's butter.
Butter, wax, still a lot.
There are two things I'd like to discuss. One is chain of custody, and the other thing is evidence handling. This is the sheriff of the department, and he has this stuff that he says that he got from his CI thrown in the back of his vehicle. What chain of custody is, and this will be in a case looked at very closely by both the prosecution and the defense. Where did it first start, and every place that it went afterwards, and it has to be clearly marked and delineated how these things move. Any piece of evidence has to be logged, and every person in the chain of custody has to be noted. Can you just throw this type of evidence into the back of a vehicle? There's a challenge of cross-contamination. Who could have opened that trunk? There has to be strict policies about that, and accreditation for departments has strict rules and regulations as far as evidence handling and chain of custody.
Would you listen to the right one just a tad on the front?
Let me feel it. This one?
No, the right one.
Oh, the right one? It's not, it's twisted. You good?
Horse of get 18. 32, 10, Horse of H, 29, 1050. We're 1050. 14, 10,
You carry a lot of Narcan, don't you?
35, 24. 35. 270, about the 7 mile marker. It's a white DMC pickup, 983 X3, Victor Falls. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just gonna let you sit over here, okay? I'm gonna put you in my car. You know, if the right to remain silent, anything said can be used against you in the court of law. You're the right attorney present for any question. You can't afford one to be appointed, no additional charge. You understand all that?
I do, sir.
Okay. Let me ask this. Would you like to talk about anything we found in there so far?
No, I told you everything that was in there.
Well, I'm asking, do you want to talk about any of that?
No, there's an explanation for everything that's in there.
I'm asking you, would you like, if I ask you some questions, would you be willing to talk about it right now?
Not at the moment. No,
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
That's got to be the most humiliating space to be, that you are the sheriff and now you're in this little small cage being investigated for some narcotics investigation and the feds are there. Not a good feeling.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Hey, they really are tight though, brother, okay?
No, it's okay. Cooperate with me. I found your wallet. Is there anything else in there that you want to take with you?
Probably just I think there's some checkbooks.
That was in your wallet.
Okay, there's 2 more checkbooks. Bills in there. Get those, please. First security. And
Yeah, they really have 2 drugs, so that way.
Thank you. Yeah, much better. Thank
Back
you.
in the grab it. Alright, that's what we got. That with your money, 3 checkbooks total, and then
Thank you. Okay.
So I'm going to read off of the news story of what this arrest went down. And the arrest, according to this news story, is off of former Johnson County Sheriff James Jimmy Stevens. And ultimately, he pled guilty to felony possession of a controlled substance. He was arrested on December 22nd during an FBI investigation. He was sentenced to 6 years probation, a $10,000 fine, and other fees totaling $590. Inside the vehicle, initially, it says the trooper says they found 3, 2 high, a small amount of marijuana, and 9 ounces of butter in his patrol vehicle. It looks like he was also charged with firearms violation because he had his duty weapon with him when this occurred. However, because of the plea agreement, he was able to go without getting a jail sentence, and the 6 years probation was the time that he got. This is a horrific type of thing where the people entrust a person to be the highest ranking person, and then they end up getting arrested and then pleading out to charges like this. You see these kinds of stories come more frequently than we would like. Hopefully this guy turns his life around because he was entrusted by a community to lead them, and young people see this and it breaks their heart when they see a person that they want to aspire to be like do something this horrific. Hopefully he makes better choices. Shout out to the Arkansas State Troopers for tracking this person down and working with the feds to get this handled. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this.